Hello, hello, hello. Right. Let's get it kicking. Good deal. Nipper, what's going on, man? Right. Perfect. How's everybody doing? Good deal. Good deal. Nipper, Extort, Torres. Good evening. Or it might be afternoon to where some of you ladies and gentlemen are. Nipper, I was just reading your comment not too long ago. I think it was about the latest one that latest video or something like that. I remember seeing your name. I can't remember what exactly you said, but I've seen you kind of around in the chat and around the comments and everything before. Oh, yes, yes, yes. About the cell phone and Army Basic. Yeah, I do remember that now. That's why I was trying to kind of go back and read what you were talking about. Taylor, what's going on? Good evening, evening. Yeah, we were kind of conversating about the Army Basic, where they're allowed to use cell phones on the discretion of their drill sergeants. Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's always fun. Always a good time, man. I know there's some guys that come in here and man, they talk it up and get in some good conversations. But yeah, Nipper and I were talking about cell phones and we didn't have a way to communicate. Kind of cell phones were a thing, but they're not as big as they were now. And how you communicated was through a letter, and that's the correspondence. Um, so yeah, it's very different. I don't know if y'all caught the video um yesterday. That was the first time that I saw that video. So all that was new to me. Everything that I saw was something I kind of knew about, just hearing and talking to guys and everything, but some of it I did not know. Um, and so it's very cool for me to kind of go back and look at that stuff. And um, yeah, pen and paper. You had that little green book and a little pen that you had, note taking device. But yeah, and they gave you the pre printed out envelopes that you used, and that's what you communicated with. So yeah, I get it. I think we were given some stamps, and then when we went to the PX or whatever, we had to buy some stamps and communicate. But yeah, that's I remember that. I'm not sure what they do. I'm sure they do it in some type of form, to this day. But I was surprised to see the Army that you know um, were allowed to. Some of the things that I saw was definitely very very different for me. 2024. So who do I think? Well, I don't know if you can see that. Listen, I'm not saying that the Army is not good. Like I said, my opinion is going to be biased. I was in the Marine Corps, so I do think they hold a little bit higher standard and everything. But the Army is nothing to shake a stick at. It is not. Um, you know, the Army goes back longer than the Marine Corps. So um, it's all on personal opinion, but I don't have anything bad. I pick fun at the Army. I mess around with guys that are in the Army, and I know a lot of them, and so it's really not who's better. I do think the Marine Corps is a little bit above all other branches, but that's just me. That's my personal opinion. Morph, thank you for all your service. Hit the like and share. Come on, that's right. There you go. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, Marines are better. I'm with you. I get it. But, you know, they all have their respective units and their things. And you go ask an Army soldier who's better, the Army or the Marine Corps. They're going to say the Army. Well, maybe. I don't know. I know Nipper was going to say that, but yeah, I think we are. I think our standards and everything are definitely well above anything that I've seen. So yeah, I do appreciate that. Thanks for that question and everything else. I really appreciate you guys coming in here. It'll be fun. And when some of these guys that are coming in here, there are a few more that I'm looking forward to, and kind of get them going on this Army thing and the video, and it's different. It's different. And it is a super, super hot day down where I'm from today. We are, man, it is, I think we're like 113 heat index. I mean, we're talking hot. So I try to let the sun go down, and had to take care of some things around here, and cut the yard and all that good stuff, and let the people come in, and I had to cool off and everything. So yeah. Were you in the tracks? Were you in the Army and Marine Corps? Or you just kind of, which one do you think is? I just think the Marine Corps is so deep rooted in history and everything like that it is just taken to heart. It's just at a different level to me. That's my personal opinion, you know, on the Marine Corps as far as what we do. I was debating on wearing like a Army shirt to mess with y'all, but oh, dude, yeah, Nipper, I don't know where you're from, but I'm in the South as well, and it is hot. Hot, 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 hot. I mean, fans going, AC blowing, trying to keep it cool. Oh, your brother's in the Army? Okay, that's cool. That's good, man. Good for him. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, much love to the Marine Corps. Thank you. Yes. They need it. I think we all need it to this day. You know, it's my opinion. But yeah, you got a loved one. I mean, in the Army, you know, like Colleen or Torres, I'm not sure, but yeah. And that's kind of what I talked about in the video too. We are accepted. That's right. That's right. We earned that. Then we Nipper. We earned it. In another video, man, I did one, and I left out the Coast Guard, and some guy, he's good, you know, took it with a grain of salt and was like, hey, you didn't give us any shout out the Coast Guard. And I was like, you know, I was the Air Force pops and brother of Marine. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Good deal. A little Air Force in here. I like that. I have not watched any of their videos either. I did do like a little short thing on the something I saw about the Air Force, but I don't know too much about them. I do have some family members that were in the Air Force. Had some friends. I even actually had a guy that I was in the Marine Corps with that when he got out of the Marine Corps, he moved over to the Air Force. So, Pops and brother, are they still in, or did they just serve in the Marine Corps? And I assume that you're out as well. I know we had one young gentleman that we spoke with. I think he actually when is today, July 1st? He leaves like in like 3 or 4 days to go to boot camp. I hope he jumps in here. I can't remember I'll see his name and I'll remember who he is. I think it's Taylor. But he was getting ready to ship out and go to boot camp last time we were doing one of these little after action question and answer things. So he's getting ready to go through it. Man, it's going to be hot. Man, it's going to be hot. So I feel for him. I feel for him. Yeah, I hope he usually kind of jumps in here real quick. I'd imagine he's getting ready he's on his last little leg of preparation, and I think he was working on his run time, doing some pull E functions and things like that. So he was definitely he was motivated though. I think he'll do good. And I told him when he got through to come back in and come back around and let's chat and everything too. You have one brother in the Army, and my mom's dad was in D-Day. Oh, wow. Okay. Your mom's dad was in D-Day. Wow. That's awesome. That's a lot of history right there, Torres. That's a lot of history. That's the old school. Man, they don't make them like that anymore, those D-Day. I was talking to somebody else as well in another video. The Marine Corps were actually in D-Day. Only about 306 were part of D-Day, the rest, Army and everything. But yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. You deployed with Marines and Army and Afghan. The pilots and I were shocked at how hard. Hey, what year did you deploy? It might have been me. Yeah, we rode. There's a lot of good Air Force out there. Yeah, we deployed to Afghanistan, had a lot of them and everything too. So, I don't know when you were in, but even to today, Marines are still hardcore. That I would think. I know some that kind of that are still in and have gotten out and things like that. So, yeah, they don't let us down. We have a reputation to uphold, right? I mean, I hate to say it, but yeah, we do. Nipper, I tell you. They're just a different breed, man. I just think that. I mean, my great uncle was in the 1st Marine. Oh, wow. Okay. Tulagi. I just did a video on the Raider Battalion. Very, very, very cool. Just the history of the Raider Battalion, of course, I don't know if you know any history of it, and I love kind of going back and reading that of the Marine, the Marine Corps. Okay, you're 09. I got out in 09. But yes, those Raiders, 42 to 44, short period of time, an elite group inside of elite group. And then the Raiders, and then they had like a 70-year gap. And then 2014, it got tossed around 2006, 2009, officially 2014, 15, got the battalion back of the Raiders. But man, that's awesome. Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool to see that. Those are the Marines, those D-Day, even the Army and those guys laid the foundation for what the Army is, and those okay, well, that's fun. So, I don't know. Those in the chat, but we'll hold on here just a second. We'll take care of that. Um I know one of my moderators is not in here, but sorry about that. Have to get it pulled up on the other. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm trying to work on that right now. I don't know who did that, but thank you. Who was that did that comment for me? Appreciate it. Sorry. I don't know who's in here to let's see. Yeah. Okay. We're good. We're good. I'd love to learn more too. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Here we go. Okay. There's a lot of good history, and they actually have a museum about the Raiders and Raider Hall and things like that you can go learn more history about what they did and the history of them. So it is buried and deep in a lot of history. Ed Nipper, we did a lot more with less. I get that too. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you have to adapt and overcome, right? You have to learn, use what you got. I mean, that's what we do. Perfect. No phone calls in boot camp. Exactly right. I got one phone call. That was when I got there, and it lasted about 15 seconds. And that was just a call and let somebody know that I was alive and I'll be writing soon. But yeah, more it's a little different. And I know now if there was a death or a Red Cross event or anything like that, then of course they let you make a phone call. So, but yeah, as far as that, yeah, exactly, Nipper. 10 seconds, man. It was my goodness. And you couldn't hear anything, you know. Okay, a lot of family in the military. Yeah, family. There's a lot of people that I've talked to of, you know, that have family in the military and things like that. My pops just passed away. He was infantry Vietnam. He ran 10 miles a day at 75. He was hardcore. I'm telling you, they don't make in Army. They don't make that breed anymore. It is a different one, man. Much respect to all those old school, man. I mean, it's just a different time, and you know, I think we are in a different time right now. But yeah, I appreciate all the all what they did, even them, all the sacrifice that they did. I got me a pair of those boots ordered. I'll let you. Oh, did you? Man, heck yeah. We were talking about the Merrells, right, Morph? And I think I posted a link about the Merrells that I was telling you about. I don't know what pair did you end up going with? How long did I serve? 8 years total. 5 active, 3 in reserve. That was the contract. But everybody doesn't really know that when you sign up, you're obligated to 8 years. Doesn't matter if that contract is 4 years. It's going to total 8 until you officially get out. Whether that's reserve, whether that's active duty, whether that's whatever. And they can recall you back. Now, of course, if you did longer, then no, they're not going to. Once you're out, you're out. But yeah, just because you do 4 doesn't mean that you can't go back. I'm not sure. I'm 99.9% sure it's the same way today. Oh, yeah. Dress blues. Yeah. We do have a pretty good looking uniform. I mean, they all say, I mean, everybody knows the Marine Corps has best looking uniform, right? We ain't a Cracker Jack, you know. And it's, yep, the nipper nose screaming in your ear constantly. Day 1 to graduation, it don't stop. Unless you go to church on Sunday. That's about the only peacetime you got. But I did see now in that Army video, like I was open. I was open to, you know, how they were doing things, and I watched some things, and they were yelling. Recruitment video, right? They're not going to show you all the stuff, but I've watched some stuff where the Army is, they're yelling at you, man. They're getting in, you know, they're getting in your face, and got a video coming about a knife hand. Nipper, you remember those? The knife hands? You know, it was just, and they were doing that kind of stuff too, and you're not going to see that on that type of video that I was watching that was sent to me to kind of watch and look at. So it's definitely, it's in there. I'm sure they're different, and they have the Army has 4 different training locations. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with the Army. I learned a lot about it watching that video, but they do, and some have said it depends on where you go. You know, Fort Sill, and you know, all these other different places, and so maybe you get different ones at different things. But I'll tell you, the Marine Corps, you're gonna get the same at Parris Island and the same at San Diego. That's about it. Yeah, you remember the knife hand, you know, right at you, up in your face all the time, man. I had a problem doing that, you know. I'm sure there's habits of that the Army has, and what they do as well. Oh,
hey there, Delva Dog. Get online right now.
You know, I mean, it's just that raspy. I don't know how my vocals could take that. You know, just yelling and
get online right now.
You know, it's just a weird. My cousin went in the Marine Corps, and he could do a great impression. And I think they even had him do it after graduation when I went to family day and went to see him graduate and everything. And in the barracks, and he did that stuff. I'm sure the Army and other branches have their specific things that they remember and that they do. So just all different, you know. And at the end of the video, I mean, if you didn't watch it and everything, go back and watch it, go back and check it out. End of the video, I kind of talk about that and like, hey, you know, they're still training the Army and they're still defending our country. And, you know, so I don't have everything bad to say about it. Some stuff I don't agree with, but that doesn't mean that it's not good. And it's totally up to the individual. Some are just not cut out, and there's great Army guys. Was I ever a drill instructor? No. Mm-mm. Never went in the drill field. I did have a guy that came out when I was at the duty station out in the fleet. He came from the drill field into the duty station, but no. I didn't know any guys that went back and did that. So yes. We had some eggs, some farm fresh eggs. The wife was asking. So can fold. Yeah. Old man, you learned how to pack and fold and this and Air Force. I'm not sure what y'all took y'all's to the dry cleaners, right? Just kidding. I'm just kidding, kinda. But yeah. You learn a lot of stuff and that carries with you to a lot on your life, you know? I mean, to be honest with you, it is it's different. Super different. Some things you just won't forget, right? Oh, you liked it, yeah. See? Gotta have a sense of humor, right? I mean, come on. Gotta have a sense of humor. Oh man, Nipper. Yeah, those creases. I assume we're talking about the starched creases in the old Woodland camis where they were just so starched they could stand up by themselves, you know, and they were just hard as a rock. I mean, almost like a sappy plate. They were so hard. Just all the starch and all everything on those things, man. I get it. So yeah, those creases, dude. Oh man, I had something around here. Oh well, they're all. Alex, what's going on? How are you? Alex, I remember you. You were asking if I was gonna go live again. Well, here we are. Yeah, a couple weeks back. I remember you, Alex. Remember you coming in and stopping by. Hope you're doing well, bud. Hope you're doing well. And that wasn't the one I was telling you that was going to boot camp. It's Taylor. And McJunkin usually comes in here too. I was talking to McJunkin as well. He's another good one. Yeah, I remember you, dude. Yeah. Yeah, welcome back, brother. Those are snacks in case I get hungry while I'm streaming. Just saying. Y'all done made me lose my train of thought. Oh man. Oh yeah, McJunkin and all those other guys. There's an old retired master gunnery sergeant that came by here and everything. He's usually here. Might be a little bit later. Maybe they'll come in and jump in and talk. Man, that's some knowledge. Hopefully some Army and some other branches, Air Force and things like that. Oh, Grumpy Cat. There you go. That's right, Alex. Grumpy Cat. Yep. Old Grumpy Cat. Shut up in color. Yeah. Like I said, those are for snacks in case I get hungry. Okay. Chill out. Yeah, I don't know where he's at. I got a whole box of them. That's my Sweet 16 pack. You know, I'll keep them in here and everything else, but I always keep some handy. I think Grumpy Cat's kind of he comes in kind of later on the stream. So I'm sure he'll pop in and poke his head in and everything like that and say hello. So him and McJunkin, what was I talking about? Oh, we were just talking about like the Army and the Air Force. We got some Air Force in here and some people that had some family members that were in the Army, of just the differences of, you know, the phone calls in boot camp, the uniforms in boot camp. And we were talking about hygiene and the Air Force and starching and ironing and folding and just how different they are, but how each branch is different in their own accord, man. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on every of them. Yeah, like I said, I mean, we all pick fun at each other, and at the end of the day, we're fighting on the same team, and we're fighting on the same. They're defending the country, you know. So, but doesn't mean I can't give them a hard time in the process. Air Force, Chair Force, whatever. Marine dress bros looking drill. Yeah. We were talking about uniforms and how the Marine Corps has a really good looking uniform, and I think the best of all the branches. But like I said, I could be biased on a lot of this, but truth is the truth on some of it, you know. Hey, that's right. Oh yeah, Grumpy will be in here. He'll be here at some point. I'm pretty sure. So he'll be in here. He probably taking him a nap. Hour to right to imagine. He's an hour ahead, so it might be late. I kind of started about an hour late. Like I said, I had to do some things and got a lot of cool reactions on the video of yesterday that I posted and everything. So it's good. Let it kind of sit, and I sent it to a lot of my. I've got a lot of friends that are in the Army, you know, still in. We were taught to be very analytical, quadruple checking flight data and etc. Much respect, as you should be, and there's nothing wrong with that. Attention to detail, and you know that's not a bad quality to have. You know. All right, Alex. See you, man. Appreciate you stopping by. But that's not a bad thing to have. I mean, you've got to have those checks and those things that you do, even in every branch. I mean, they're gonna have, you know. I think that's a good thing to today. You'll quadruple, you'll check, you're analytical, you're a deep thinker. You know, I'm not saying Marines aren't okay, that aren't deep thinkers, because we are. Everybody just says we're not, but you know, I think that's every branch has its own thing. Okay, Alex. Well, glad you can stay around. So yeah, that's good. I'm sure you've taken that to when you were in and till now. You still use it. Not a bad habit. Not a bad quality. I'm sure there's stuff that Nipper takes and I take and we all take. Hey, Alex, you're talking about a firefighter. If you check out these drinks right here, these are specifically made for firefighters. Waze Energy. Check them out. They that drink is for the firefighters. Concrete Gardener. From what I see lately on Army basic training, it's really watered down compared to what I went through in the 90s. Okay, so yes, Concrete, you have more experience on the Army side than I do, kind of being that old school in the Army back when it was a little watered down, and I'm sure the Marine Corps is a little watered down from what I look back in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s even. And so yeah, it is a little watered down on their training, but you know, you said you're in the 90s. I mean, hey, we're getting old. So I mean, 30 years ago things change, times change. but they're still they are still, I hope, trying to accomplish the mission and training what they're doing, with those Army recruits and trainees. I'm not sure what they're called, but you can give us more insight, because I see the same thing on the Marine Corps side. I see it from even when I was in until today. I'm not saying that it's watered down, but it's different. It looks different. How old am I? $41. So, yeah, I appreciate that comment, the concrete, of just going and give me some perspective on an old school look versus a new school look of what I saw. And you're not. I'm not going to see everything. You could talk to somebody else, and they might have something different to say. Yeah, I'm not old. I'm not old. Marines are a fighting machine of America. I totally agree with that. The finest fighting force. I'm with you. Like I said, I could be biased, but, a lot of them know that. A lot of people know that. And that's okay. I'm dissing anybody. That is A-okay. Mom's 46. Okay. Well, thank you for not calling me old. I appreciate that. My kids call me old. So. I'm a little worried about the next generation of warriors with their fort. It's tough. It is tough. And I don't think that goes for just the Air Force or just the Army or just the Navy or the Coast Guard, Space Force. I mean, it is tough. It is tough, and I'm not in a position, I can raise my kids and I can raise my boys to think differently, and, but I can't change it. This next generation coming up are going to be the ones to change it. And that's just the values that we have to teach the youth, and even doing videos like this and just talking with people and being respectful and having good, honest conversation. More so, the intensity seems lacking. Maybe they're trying to take a more mentoring approach. I did read something on that, concrete, that yes, it's more the less yelling, the less intensity, and they're trying to drive home more skills in a way for people in this generation to be more receptive to that. So I have heard that from a couple people, that is kind of the mission or the mindset that they're having is, maybe with them it doesn't work like that, like it did with us, that yelling and up in your face, but they're a different approach, and maybe it doesn't work and they go back to it. So I don't know. But yeah, I get it. I understand that. I do understand that. Didn't the Army change their dress blues to D-Day like dress blues? Dress blues for I'm unfamiliar with the Army. I do know their dress uniform. I have seen their dress uniform. I don't know if they change it to match the D-Day. I don't know too much history about that. So they possibly could have. A lot of the Marine Corps uniforms have not changed in a long time, except for your camis and your utilities. Those changed. 2004, 2003 maybe, but other than uniform, ain't much changed. I think some of the younger generation are starting to wake up. I hope so. We need that. And I think they are. We'll go through a cycle, and peacetime and things like that. I'm sure every branch saw a suffering of recruits and everything. The yelling taught you to work while under pressure. Yep. To use your mind to get rid of all the distractions and still focus on the mission. And I'm not saying that everything is going to be, yelling and screaming, but high stress, how to react under high stress and make good decisions under high stress. And, these are 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds that are, leading our nation's military. So, yeah, you got to be able to make good command decisions under pressure. They're making big decisions. Big decisions. What is my favorite thing? My favorite thing, just the brotherhood of all the people that I met and the friendships and the brotherhood and the life lessons that I learned and things like that. I would think that's what I brought, from the Marine Corps, just how to do certain things and that I can do anything that I put my mind to. I think that's a very good thing that I took away. Uh-oh. Foul language. Nipper, what'd you say, man? I don't know what's on the... I don't know. That's weird. Nipper, I don't care. What's you say in here? So, what is, I'll hook you up, Nipper. Hold on. I'm not gonna... I don't even know what you said, man. That's weird. I'll change that. And like I said, there was a lot of things too, that I was trying to change, but I got you, Nipper. Hold on, bud. Let's see. I think that's some kind of auto moderator. I'll go into settings and I'll change that moderation. Oh, I don't know why it blocks that kind of stuff, man. That's YouTube for you. I'll change it, bud. Sorry about that. I'm glad everybody kind of agree that, what you take away and how it makes you and things like that. So. Still trying to hook you up there. Nipper, I'll get you. Sweet dude. Appreciate you. How hard is Marine boot camp? I mean, it ain't easy. I'll tell you that much. It's not for the faint. It's not for, I mean, if it was easy, everybody would do it, right? I mean, it's challenging, but you're pushing your limits to what you can do and what your mind says you can't do and what your body says you can't do. So it's tough, especially if you've never been there mentally. You know, if you want a challenge, it'll make a man or a woman out of you. That is 100% true. 100%. No joke. No joke. I still think that stands firm to this day. Unless I'm proven otherwise. And I don't have anything else, like I said, to back that up. But and boot camp basically train Marines. We're not talking about any other training after. We're not talking about anything else after. And all these other schools and the Navy and the Air Force, and they've all got their specialty schools. But boot camp itself has always been notorious for being the hardest. And that's that tradition we live up to. And I hope it continues today. My opinion. Mm. Aha. I see where it caught you now, Nipper. I found it. It's as hard as you make it. You're pushing yourself to new heights every day. Come in decent shape, clear your head, and be ready for the suck. Exactly. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect analogy. I agree with that. Now, some things are going to challenge you, but you're going to be trained how to do the things. They're not just going to throw you in the mix. Some things they will, but running and your cardio and your physical fitness and everything, if you can do that and get your mind right, you shouldn't have a problem. Be willing to adapt to your surroundings and what's thrown at you. And don't quit. Don't quit. Do not quit. Okay, so I get asked that a lot. What's tougher, Navy SEALs or the Marines? Well, it's not, there's no comparison there because Navy boot camp and Marine boot camp are different, but any specialty training that you go on afterwards is going to be tough. The Navy SEALs are some bad dudes. Their training is bad. They're worldwide. I can't deny that. But boot camp wise and basic training wise and things like that is kind of where I was talking about. Does that make sense, Torres? I mean, because yeah, I mean, even the Marine Corps reconnaissance and the Raiders and things like that, that's nothing to joke around about. But as far as baseline, boot camp is kind of where I was talking about. Basic training was the first time I saw people sleep standing at parade rest. They did that too. Concrete. They did that. That's hilarious. I'm probably one of them too. Sleep standing up. You know, I mean, that is a real thing. That is so real. I get it. And, you know, hopefully Torres that makes sense of what I said about Navy SEALs and not downplaying them because they are the best. It is. But talking boot camp, basically train Marines. First little period. Because, I mean, some things you can't compare, you know? Makes sense. Yeah. I think somebody just butt dialed me. Was gonna have to mute, but what what's the best looking Marine cover? They all don't look good, right? I mean, they're not made to look good. I mean, you got the dress blue cover. I mean, you got the boonie hat. You got, I mean, I don't know. The drill sergeants left us frying in the Alabama heat. Yeah, exactly. Alabama, right next door to me, is hot. All right, Simplified Nipper, appreciate you, dude. Oh, there's Grumpy Cat. There he is. Somebody was just asking about you. Grumpy, what's going on, brother? Nipper, thanks for stopping by, dude. I appreciate it. I'm sure we'll catch up later on in some comments and videos and things like that. I appreciate your support. Seriously. There's Grumpy Cat. Grumpy Cat, what you up to, man? Over here talking about just different army, and got an army guy here talking about just the things they go through and how it's different in the 90s when he went through, and the Air Force as well. We got a few of those that have come by and stopped in and talked about, you know, just different branches of what they experienced, and, you know, kind of what that was to them when they went through, and the things they took away from it. That, you know, they're all different. They are all different. Yes, sir. We are in July. 4th is coming up in a couple days. So, yes, sir. I think we all miss Grumpy. Yeah, he was the first one to ask where you were, Grumpy. Alex was looking for Grumpy Cat. There was a couple other guys that I had sent the thing coming in, and I was sending it to one of my buddies to tell him to get in here. Dare me to shave? Hey, listen. I'll shave live on stream when we get 100,000 subs. How about that? Y'all down with that? Clip it, send it, ship it, whatever you want to do. I'll do it live. It's a goal, right? It's a good goal to have. Good incentive. Evening, night. You should see the Punch Bowl in Hawaii where 1st Raider Battalion is buried. So beautiful, but gives you, I could only imagine. Yeah. I've always wanted to go kind of see that. I know that they have a memorial and they have all that stuff there. Man, that would be super cool to go and see and things like that too. So, man, that's awesome. Dogs banging. Yeah. Well, okay. Wow, this person keeps going. There we go. Right. Yeah, it's so you must be on Eastern time. Eastern time is probably where you're at because it's almost 8 o'clock here. So you guys must be same. Grumpy, how's your week been, man? How's life? You good? Still charging? Yes, sir. Yeah, I remember Pennsylvania. You being there too, so good deal, man. Glad to hear it. Glad you're doing well. Got big plans for the 4th coming up, or 4 hours away? Y'all must be up north. It is hot down south, I'll tell you that much. Surfer, where are you from? Are you from Hawaii? Or you just been there to visit? Connecticut. That's right. I remember you coming in here and I'd say I had never met anybody from Connecticut. Now I have. Don't know too many people in Connecticut. Live in South Connecticut? Or you live in the South and you're from Connecticut? Fire department parade, then fireworks stand by in the evening. Oh, awesome. Good deal. We had one this past weekend. They did an early one and then they'll do another one on the 4th too. So I'm excited for that. Looks like the weather's going to be nice and everything. So, hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by and sharing that information with us. And hopefully we'll see you on the next one. I do really appreciate you. Yep. Happy 4th to you as well. Enjoy your evening. Hear the dog running out the door in the back. Oh, in Virginia? Okay. Virginia. Is Virginia the South or North? Anyway, no, Alex, that's cool. Good deal. Enjoy that vacation. Enjoy that visit and everything too. That's awesome. Been to Virginia a few times. Oh yeah. The heat index was 113 here today. And it's getting hotter. It's just part of it. Okay. All right. It's south. All right. Gotcha. I actually send this. I am down in Mississippi. Down in Mississippi. Oh yeah. Yeah. I know we have some air bases and some National Guard bases down here. John Doe, what's going on? Man, not much. We just in here, we're just talking about some different videos and branches. Had some Air Force stop by, some Army, and just going over kind of the going over the differences of basic training, boot camp, what we see, what we don't see, how times have changed. I know the main big topic what I've had a lot of comments and things about are the cell phone usage and, you know, the intensity of training and, you know, what it's like, you know, to today. So that's kind of where we're at. That's what we were talking about. Eat the mic? No, I'm not going to eat the mic. Is it too loud? I'm going to turn that off. That's not that. I'm not going to. I'm trying to figure out how. Let's see. Let's see if that worked. Hey, try that again. I did not block that comment, Alex. So it was spamming caps. Yeah. You know, I don't want to moderate you guys out and anything. I'm pretty open to everything. So as long as we keep it, you know, right on par. Yeah. Grumpy, we're talking about Surfer Girl, and she had some Air Force and Marines and First Raider Battalion, and man, I was just saying how hardcore those guys were back then. Even you, Grumpy Cat. I mean, from New Mexico, brother. 94 to 97, 2-6. What's going on, Jack? Welcome, dude. I appreciate you stopping by, man. Heck yeah, we're just in here we're throwing around a little bit of this and a little bit of that about Army and other branches of service and talking about the differences and what we see. I mean, even you from 94 to 97, you can definitely see a change as well, you know. and basic training and things like that. Just the differences. Let's go, Jack. Little bit. You were getting out, and I was coming in 4 years later. I was still in high school there, Jack. Paris Island, San Diego. 0341. Good deal. Awesome. No 26. I turned off the moderation too. I'm not sure how they got cut on to just. I know Alex, hopefully he's still around. Not sure why he what he got timed out on, but I took all the moderation off. Hey, Alex, you still around? I don't want to make. Okay. Oh, all right. See you later. There you are. You're good. Good deal, man. See you, Alex. Appreciate you stopping by again, buddy. Yep. We'll see you on the next one, man. All right, sweet. All right, bud. Take care of yourself. Yeah, so and we were talking about Grumpy and John and Jack, and I watched the video, made the video, and watching some things on the Army. I'd never seen that before, and just a first reaction of 2024 is it's different. It's very different from what I'm used to seeing and things like that. But you know, and in the end, you know, there's still what is stream what is this Streamlabs? It was the moderation thing that got put in the stream that gets put in that's connected to kind of going on a little tangent here, but so all it is a moderation tool, and you know it comes. There's been some people spamming some weird stuff in here, John, and it's to block out all the crap, but I turned it off because I can manually do it. It's over. Like, I don't care if you use this word or, you know, Alex said eat something and it blocked it. Yeah. It's all streaming and live video that YouTube, and you can put it in and connect it. It helps you moderate and keep things clean and out of spam stuff. But anyway, it's off. I turned it off. Paris Island, East Coast, Cuba Med, 26 Mu. All right, good deal, man. 26 Mu. You wouldn't happen to be on like the Whidbey Island or the Wasp or anything like that, I don't think they were 26. They were 22 with me. I don't know who was doing those floats back then. Yeah. And like I said, it's super hot, so hydrate. Sorry if that was loud. I was hoping. I had a buddy of mine that was pilot. Oh, you're on the Wasp as well? Me too. Right here. USS Wasp, 95, 96. I was 04 and 05, baby. The USS Wasp. That is wild. I still have a hat somewhere around here with what I got off the Wasp. Goodness gracious, what a small world. Old Wasp is a LHD-1. Yep. Wasp. Good times, man. I got some pictures of me. I know I had a picture last time that I threw up here of me on the Wasp. I bet this never happened in the Army base training. Every single night in boot camp at Paris Island, the senior DI would walk up to each recruit and he would ask, "Did you have a nice day?" Yep. Great day, right? Great day. Oh, you did find the Waze website. Good deal, John. Awesome. You like the orange cream? Right there. I was telling someone here they're talking about firefighters and things like that. That's especially for the firefighters is the orange. And the blue is for the law enforcement. Green is for the military and white is for your emergency message. Your kid hated it. Oh man. That's good, man. Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, they've got a new thing they're coming out with now on their website that you can vote on a new flavor. It's a sponsored new flavor with a local it's called Fifth Squad, a local organization here that helps veterans, helps disabled veterans, helps the local community, and they're having their own flavor in their old can, so they're kind of going back and forth of what the new flavor is going to be. I don't know what's leading in the new flavor with Waze, but pretty cool that they're doing their own one, and it's support because they are supporting veterans, they're supporting the local, they're supporting national, they're supporting the Gary Sinise Foundation, so they're doing good things. So yeah, I'm glad that you're supporting something that goes to a cause, and I don't just support anyone. No, I don't put my name out there just for anybody. So I know what they believe in. To which you would yell, "Yes, sir." Then he would say, "Ready?" Again, yelled, "Yes, sir," and he would punch every single. That's funny, Grumpy Cat. And then did he say ready? And you'd hold your breath and then mount, and you'd mount your rack. It couldn't change that much, right? Oh, you saw my new flag? Okay, you're the first one to notice. I did change it. Yes, sir. 3 LCACs in the belly. That's right. God, you remember riding those things, Potcher? Woo! Just it's a hovercraft is what it is. Yeah. So yeah, we had the Wasp and the Whidbey Island, and then we had 2 other smaller strikers with us, and we actually had a sub go along with us as well. 0405 to Afghanistan and did med float and stuff like that. Do you get a prize for me? Yeah. 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 I can't believe that, man. My wife asked me, she's like, "Has anybody noticed your flag yet? Or that you changed it?" And I have the flag up here, you know. No, that's not the one. That's a different one. But I have the other flag over here, and I took it down and replaced it. I got a crayon for you. I do. Oh, you're in the well deck? Ooh, that sucks. Yeah, I remember those guys. Hey, I mean, we all did our part, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I remember embarking on those things, man. Goodness gracious. I do not miss that. But very cool. And they're still using them to this day. I watched a video not too long ago, and they still had them. Breathing the diesel fumes. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, Grumpy Cat knows. Man, they made me dizzy. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, John Doe. Appreciate it, brother. Semper Fi. I'm sure I'll catch you on the next one, man. On the video and comments and sections. I appreciate your support. Mid-rats, you like mid-rats? They're all right. You know, they weren't the best, but I'm pretty sure they're a little different for you back then, even with me too. Not the best. The Navy was not happy we were on their ship, you know. It was definitely an experience, though. It was definitely an experience. Got to look up the other ship. Remember? Was... Let's look. Let's find out. We rolled a room of nine. Can't find yeah, they're still doing it. Oh, the Kearsarge. Yeah, that's it. San Antonio and the Kearsarge. The Whidbey Island. They're still on it. Same ones. Still apart. I forgot about that one. I do remember the Whidbey Island and the Wasp and everything, but yeah. I never saw any. We were just talking about, you know, the Army and things like that. I'm not sure if they are or any of them ever stationed or deployed on a Navy ship. I'm sure they have, and I'm sure they do. We didn't have any on ours. That was kind of what I was talking about, you know, way earlier. We were talking about, you know, Army and Marine Corps and things like that. First sergeant came in. Oh, I could only imagine. I'm sure he was not too happy. I mean, you're on a ship, you know? There's not much to do. You're just waiting. You're just underway, and there's just not a lot to do. You get that many Marines on a ship, a beard, feather. I mean, it's bad news, you know? Bad news. Built up testosterone and everything else. That hasn't changed. I did, and watching that video too, like I know what I wanted, and I know the Army guys probably not in here still, but there was an E3 in their basic training. E3. I don't think I saw an E3. You had some guys come in as a PFC, then you had some, you know, but coming in as an E3, I think they go up to 40 years old on their basic training age limit. I think it might have gone up, to be honest with you. So I wish he was still in here, but I never saw anything like that ever. And then saw an E7 drill sergeant in the Army. And I don't that was actually actively training the trainees in the Army. You know, I had a staff sergeant but I never had a company gunny, but never really had him train us. So how did you understand the power of a Marine with a new heart? What you mean by that? How did I, me? Oh yeah. Oh, of course. I mean, man, it's I get it. And we were talking about that earlier of just, what do you learn? And there's somebody who's in the Air Force and it's like you learn these things, or somebody asks, what's one thing that you took out of it? And that is, you're able to accomplish more, and there's no stop, there's no give up, there's no anything, you know. So, once you get that in your mind that you can accomplish something and do something, it's very hard to say you can't or I can't. So I think I was telling them about that same thing, about the heart and the uh the drive. Yeah. I got you now. I'm on board. I thought you were a different quote or something, but yeah, I was telling them the same thing. Like it doesn't just go away, and I don't think that. And I think if, what you learned and what you did, it puts a whole new perspective on life and challenges life throws at you, and how you overcome those challenges, how do you adapt to those challenges, how you fight and you go through them, whether it's spiritually, mentally, physically. um you know it is different. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I agree with it. It makes you into the man you are today. Never stop. And yeah, and we were talking to someone about that, of just how don't stop. I mean, don't quit. That's just the heart of a Marine. Not gonna stop. Not gonna give up. I broke my back. Holy cow. On 2-6. That's wild. Thomas Murphy, what's going on, man? How are you this evening? I assume for you as well. You're 51 and you're still walking. You're 10 years older than I am. What's up, Thomas? How are you? Yeah, we were in here just discussing some things about the heart of a Marine, and just, different things earlier, of different branches of service and their basic training and things like that. And you always get that one question, Navy SEALs better than Marine, harder. I mean, you know, we're talking basic boot camp. We're talking the first, not the whole. Their old specialties have their own category. That's a question I get asked a lot. Comments that I see a lot. You should read some of the comments that I get. It's tough out here, man. Thomas, is it you? I thought it was Tyler. You're the one that came in here and said that you leave in July, right? Is it Tom? Why is it Thomas that doesn't? I thought it was Tyler. Maybe it is Thomas. We were talking about you earlier. Way earlier. Like in the beginning, somebody was asking. um, about you because I knew you left in July, but I couldn't remember exactly when. And you were working on your runtime, right? Am I correct in that? Yeah, you're doing some pool E functions and things like that. So a Marine Corps birthday? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Have I ever been to a Marine Corps birthday? Yes. Those are the Marine Corps ball. Yep. Okay, Thomas, that's you. July 21st. Attaboy. Yep. Yep. I remember you. I was wondering if you were gonna come by and drop in and hey, you're gonna have to come back and give us old school some info, man. Let us know. Okay, good. Attaboy. Attaboy. Oh yeah. Grumpy Cat. He's got some years on us. Master Gunnery Sergeant, right? Oh, his life is about to change, boys. Oh yeah. I can't wait for him to come back in here and tell us what's up. That's some new wisdom. Life is about to change for the better. For the better. It will all end. It has to end. So don't think that. Not telling you anything else. Yeah, that's the big topic right now, Thomas. We're talking about cell phones and boot camp. Well, I'll tell you this. Yeah. We were talking about cell phones in Army because the video that I put out yesterday that the trainees is what they call them have cell phones and they're allowed to use their cell phones on the discretion of the drill sergeant. And I was like, man, we never had that, you know? It was just it's a different time. What Thomas, since you're here, what are they telling you cell phone wise? Take them or not, or leave them at home. I don't know. Or I've actually seen some guys say they put them in a bag, in which same thing. You put your civilian clothes in a bag, but are you bringing it, turning it off? What do you do? I guess I don't know. Oh, Army does. Oh, 100%. The Army does. I just saw it. They do. I know that. So they do not allow you to bring them. Is that what you're saying? You leave them at home? I'm curious about this question. Great. I'm glad he's here. You're born in 73. I was born in 83. Grumpy Cat was an E5 after 4 years. I remember that. They told us to take them, then you put all your in a box and gets locked away. Okay. All right. Same difference, same thing. We had that. We got a box and you put your wallet, you put all your clothes and everything that you brought with you in that box, and then that you get it back at the end, basically. Okay. You could take them. All right. I mean, I get that, but you're not allowed to use them. That's the main difference. I don't have a problem. I know in the world we live in today, we do. We have them, technology and this, but leave them. Put them in a box, lock them up. When you get out, you can have them back. What did they tell you about smartwatches? Same thing? I would imagine same thing. You need it for boarding the planes and you need them for info, but once you get there. Okay. All right. I can agree with that. I'm with that. I mean, like I said, adapt and overcome, right? Interesting. You won't see it. You had shopping bags. I do remember that. we had they were like grocery bag type things. That you remember the old paper bags? Mentors were promoted to E5 due to a high score on the rifle range. They promoted Mayor Torsley for the rifle range? Wow. I did a video on that. But actually, that was in boot camp. As a company high shooter. But anyway, you're allowed to bring a regular watch. Smart watches, same as phones. Okay. So like a Timex, just a watch you can bring. I'm okay with that. I mean, you know. Interesting. I mean, I saw some guys come, man, they were, you know, some guys came in pajama, like sweatpants and a t-shirt. And then I think I wore blue jeans, a belt, a polo shirt, and some dress shoes is what I wore. Full ward expert. Okay. Yep. I was an expert as well. Dang, Grumpy over here getting promoted to sergeant because he can shoot. And in one of my videos, I talked about my rack mate was actually from my same state, but he was our company high shooter. He got meritoriously promoted. Good shot. Good dude. He was a good dude. They say jeans, polo shirt, and running shoes. Okay. Yeah. That's basically kind of what we wore. Jeans, polo shirt, and running shoes. Good deal. Are you gonna save are you gonna get it high and tight before you go? Dude, just experience the haircut, man. Just experience it. Don't cut it. Let it go. And just what do you got? What do you, Grumpy Cat, Jack, all you guys, what y'all think? He should just let it go. Experience that haircut, that sitting in that chair. You're still gonna get charged for it. Raised in Maine. Wow. Way up there, Jack. Way up there. My goodness. Held the range record at Camp Pendleton, but only for 3 months until it was. Wow, that's pretty cool, man. Interesting. Okay. Very cool. Range record. That's a story to tell, right? You know? What were you qualifying with? Let me see. I don't know enough history on the Garand. I don't know what you're using in boot camp. I know at one time, at some point, they switched over to the M16A1, but I'm not sure if that was what you're talking about or when it was. Okay, M14. Okay. M14. Just curious of when they started. When did you get a new weapon? A friend buzzed me with the Epilady and the DI told the barber. Oh man, you're still gonna get charged. You know, and I did see that in the army video too. They had the whole haircut and thing too. Shaving their heads. I think you need to experience it. Be honest. 1972. Okay. I figured it was right around early 70s when they started kind of incorporating and switching over, transitioning from the M14 to the A1, from what I've heard. And I'm sure it differed. You know, it wasn't just, like that. It was a transition. Yeah, Thomas. Go in there and get that haircut, man. Come on. M16 in boot camp. Okay. All right. So they were phasing them in then. Totally different rifle. Totally different rifle. The 81s were wicked fun to shoot also. 81s. Where did you shoot that at? Grumpy Cat fixing to relive it. He's ready to go. A whole different world now, Grumpy. They got ACOGs on them and Trijicon sights, and the rifle range scoring system is new. The firing line is different. The scoring, the targets are this. The type of targets are different. So I did see some of that also in the Army and their thing as well. They had the A2s iron sights. I'm not sure. I didn't see anything else. Can I take my TV remote? Oh, you actually shot those in Lejeune? I was in Lejeune, but like I said, I was a little bit later than you. I'm hoping to score pretty high at the range. I've always been a good shot. Then you'll do fine. You'll do fine. But listen to your PMI. Listen to those instructions and what they're telling you and things like that, because that's just me going in, guys. Not you. I'm not saying this you, but like thinking they know how to shoot, but yet you got to learn how to shoot for the Marine Corps and how they do things and under pressure and under fire and situations. So, 29 stumps. Horrible, horrible place. Hot, nasty, dirty, sandy. Nothing there. 29 stumps. It's 29 palms, if you don't know. But TV remote. You can take it. You might not be able to use it. Grumpy Cat wants to take his TV remote. I would love to go see what boot camp is like today. Wouldn't y'all? I would. I'm sure there's some, other I've got family members in the Army and the Air Force and the Navy, and it'd be cool to go back and see. Be honest with you. It's just me. Get that PT down, man. That PFT. I know it's a lot different today, but Keep working on it. I was talking to a friend of mine too. He posted up. He's still in. About his PT and the CFT, and I asked him, what do you think about the new planks and things like that? And so it is different. But he liked it. He had good things to say about it, and he went in before I did and still in. So, how many years he went in? I think probably 3 years before I did, 3 or 4 years before I did. So I asked him some questions, and he said he liked it. He liked the change. Worked out for his benefit. Parris Island, Lejeune, Pendleton, and Okinawa. Never got to make it to Okinawa. Never got. I wanted to. I would love to, but at the time I was in, this wasn't it. Yeah, but I was also a Hollywood Marine. I was San Diego, so there's that. So I got to see all those two, minus Okinawa. But you're also in different time I was too, Yeah, I would definitely like to see the differences of. I would like to even. God, it's been a while since I've been back to Parris Island or Lejeune or anything like that too. It would be nice. It'd be cool to go see that stuff. Okay. Third tanks. Okay. I really hope I get deployed to Okinawa. So much history there is what I want to see. Yeah, you're right. You'll when you're in A school, you'll give your top 3, your little duty station list and everything. So I think I even put that on mine, and I did not get sent there. So I know a couple guys that did. And then after they did their little time there, they came back. They enjoyed it, but I got to do a lot more where I was, so I'm glad that I was where I was at the time, if that makes sense. Okay. PRC 77. We didn't have the 77s. We had the 119s, the 150s, and the Singar. Yep. So they started phasing a lot of that stuff out too. I know they have some new stuff as well. Of what they're using. Oh yeah. Get certified. Go diving. That's me. Yep. I got a octopus on. See it? Yeah, there you go. I scuba dive now. The whole family scuba dives and everything. So yeah. Get certified diving. Gosh, it's so the 25s. Wow. Yeah, diving is awesome. And it is lifelong. You'll do it. I think you'll do it your whole life. So much. I love diving. Love experiencing that. That is very cool. I know there's a lot of history and a lot of memorials and things like that too. Thomas there in Okinawa. So you'll get to see all that if you get to go. No diving in the desert. I get that. Oh yeah, do it, man. Do everything. Volunteer, do it all. Enjoy it. See it. Go places, do things. Man, you'll never. I miss that. I still go places and I still do things, but it's different. You get at a young age, you get to see a lot that a lot of people don't get to see. So yeah. You'll have to come back in and let us know where you get stationed at, man. Drop me a comment, shoot me an email. My contact form's on there. You can go to the website or whatever you want to do. And love to keep up the journey, man. That's very cool. You have to come back in here and tell us what all the heck is. We know what these old men know what they're talking about. Have I ever read the book With the Old Breed? I have not. But I'll add that to my list. Thank you. Let me look at that first. With the Old Breed. E.B. Sledge. That sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. I've got it pulled up here. I'm going to add that to a list. Okay. Got it. I got it added. I'll check it out. Definitely check it out. Thomas, my mother would end every letter with, be a good Marine, don't start smoking, and don't get a tattoo. That is hilarious. My mom said the same thing. That's wild. And now I'm covered in them. I have them all over. And I came out looking like a coloring book. Crayons are for, right? That's funny, Grumpy. It's basically a journal that a Marine by the name of E.B. Sledge wrote during World War II. Okay. I'm pretty sure that I've heard or some of the things in that. Doesn't ring a bell, but I'm going to check it out. Won't start smoke. Don't go to the smoke shack. He was a mortar man. He was in 3-5. Okay, he was a mortar man. Got it. Fire Support Communication Center. Okay. Sitting next to the Lieutenant Colonel, hot chicken and hot coffee. Okay. He fought on Palau and Okinawa. Okay. Good deal. Yeah, he's island hopping then. That's very cool. I have to check that out. I love reading that history and finding about those Thomas or those Marines that laid the foundation for us. And, I mean, even like Grumpy Cat and even Jack and everybody plays their part in laying the foundation. I think that's really cool that we hold on to that. So now you're part of it, or you're fixing to be, for the next generation. Get out what you put in. Yeah. I was hoping there one guy would get to stop by and chit chat with us, man. I know he's on a different time zone and everything too, and it's hard to get everybody on the right one. You've never been to a ball, man. That is one thing you need to go to. That's very cool. The balls are very cool. I know you are a Grumpy Cat, and that's very humble of you to say that too. And I think we all are kind of like that, you did what you asked to do, and that's all that matters. and you did it. You did it well. So I respect that. You know, everybody doesn't have, nowadays everybody doesn't have to be a whatever you want to classify them as or whatever, but you're in that classification. I think so. I appreciate that. Well, you're out, but you still could go. They have guests that come. You could get with your local. I know there's some reserve units and stuff that do them. You could do that. I mean, I got facial hair. I've been to a lot of Marine events and military events with with this beard. So yeah. Now, as far as anything else, you can go. Shave it off, man, if you want to go like that. But yeah, you could still go. That would be cool. I still got some stuff from the balls and everything that I went to as well. They give you commemorative glass and things of that sort, and I've got all my stuff, and it's very cool. Yeah, go to it. A lot of history in that too. Youngest Marine, oldest Marine, it can get wild. Just letting you know. It can get kind of crazy. But would it not? It wouldn't be a ball. Yeah, there you go. Your local Marine Corps league. Yeah. They do all kinds of stuff like that. It's possible. Do they have a ball on Paris Island? I would imagine yes. Now, I don't think you can attend that. I wouldn't think so, being on the depot. But on the island, yeah. I don't know. They probably don't go into the detail. Well, they might actually. But it's not going to be like out in the fleet. It's going to be totally different, I would imagine. I don't know. But it could be. It could be. Where do you live now? What area are you kind of from? Cricket Superstars. You're not gonna get me with that one. I have kids and I do know what that is, but nice try. Nice try, man. Thanks for stopping by though. Come on, man, hang out. You can ask us any question that you want. Got some younger guys in here too, but I have a 16-year-old and a 12-year-old. Good try. Oh, New Mexico, that's right. Man. New Mexico. I've only driven through there. Never really been. Getting hot where you are? I'm not sure what part, if it actually was all hot. No. Okay. Well, thank you for joining in, Cricket. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well, man. We're in here talking about Army and the Marine Corps and military and just the differences and everything. So I appreciate your support, man. You hadn't given a like, man. Give me that thumbs up, or you hadn't subscribed. I would really appreciate it. Kind of supports the things that I kind of do here and things. So told them okay, better for arthritis. Well, feels like I'm in the desert where I'm at now because it's so doggone hot. So Yeah. But yeah, I really do enjoy doing these things and coming here and talking about it. And it was fun talking to those Air Force and Army. I had a few of them come in early. I wish a few more would come back in and uh give us some insight. Because like I said, I'm new at it, looking at the Army stuff and other other branches. And like I said, I was waiting on the another buddy of mine to come in that was in the Army. So yeah, over 100 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Yep. So heat index here was 113. I think it was like mid 90s where I'm at. So I get it. It's hot. That's why I'm constantly drinking water and everything like that. But luckily now it's kind of cooling off and in the evening. I have a different heat than we do. Different heat. And I went to boot camp in midsummer anyway, so really didn't really heat didn't really bother me that much anyway. Gitmo 94 Haitian vacation. We did on our way back from one of our floats, we did a like it says peacekeeping, but it was just a show of force, I guess. Haiti has always been an uproar, something I can't remember. It never debark or anything like that, but it was like they were doing their thing and it's like, all right, we're gonna kind of go down. 94. I was only 11 years old. June through August in 1969, Paris Island. Oh, I could only imagine. Yeah, I was August to November. San Diego, still hot. July. And so it was hot. Yeah, I could only imagine what you were going through, Grumpy. Jack, I don't see how you live there, man. Good heavens, that's hot. That is hot. I know it's hot here. I know the heat is different, but I mean, you know, it's just it's different. You're lose some weight. I bet y'all were hydrating like all get out there, Grumpy. I know y'all were. Oh, and Gitmo. Oh, I bet. That was like in Kuwait. It was hot in Kuwait as well. It was super hot. I mean, it was just couldn't do anything during the day. I went, oh, you were a little guy. How could you even lose any more weight? Were you double rat? You were trying to pack on some calories to get around and do what you need to do, huh? Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's what I did notice too, even watching those videos and stuff on the Army and the Marine Corps and, the recruits and the trainees and everything from past to now. It was that, 115, 125, 130 pounds going into boot camp or to basic and Army and whatever service. So, I mean, and now it's all ranges. You don't see that as much. Lean, mean, fighting machine is what they called us, and so we all just, you know, thin, lean. But now it's kind of different, I think. £153 starting, 183 pound graduation. Wow. So they bulked you up. Interesting. I went in at like, oh, you're taller. Okay, 6 foot tall. Yeah. I mean, I remember going in 165. I came out like 135. I mean, something crazy. I don't know if it was that much. 100. Yeah. I'd imagine it was something like that. Same for me, Grumpy. Man, you must have been a skinny. I was the same. That's wild. That is wild. Yeah, we had those guys that just could not get enough to eat. It's amazing what 3 inches will do. As far as height and food and everything else. Looked real good for recruiting during high school graduation. Yeah. Yep. That's wild. Yeah. Did you go back to your high school whenever you got back out? When you got out of boot camp? My boys asked me if I could still fit into my dress blues. Like, probably not, to be honest with you. They still fit, but like wider through here. Couldn't get all that. That'd be a fun video. Going back and looking at your uniform. You still have them. 15 extra days of libo. I worked with my. Oh, so you got recruiters assistants. Okay. Yep, so did I. I did that. Dang, you got 15 days? Nice. I'm not sure if they still do that anymore or not, but yeah. You got to go home and show it all off, huh? Did you get dress blues? Or did you just go with like dress blue deltas or Charlies or something like that? Usually they want you in dress blue deltas, kind of match what they're wearing. I know that was for me where I was from, so I always wondered where my recruiter was. I kept it with him for a little while, but other than that, I hadn't. So you went in alphas? Wow. Interesting. I hated alphas, man. I mean, I didn't. I did. I mean, that's when you checked into your duty station and things like that. You'd have your alphas. But when I was on recruiter's assistance, they had us in deltas. Plus, it was hot and everything. So, and then, yeah. Oh, the green alphas, man. Goodness gracious. Now you love that. Oh, that was hot. Yep, same. Yeah. I think most, you could go in if you didn't have any problems, did some extra stuff and got promoted and everything. But yeah, that's why I was telling those earlier. Like I watched that video and there were E3 in boot camp. E3 going in, like starting at E3. I didn't understand that. But that's, you got college and things like that too, and I understand that, but that's for the army that I was watching and talking about earlier. So yeah, which is in the Marine Corps kind of unheard of. You're going in as the E3. I think you could come out as an E3, but yeah, not going in, not starting. And they wore their rank too. That's weird. I'm just now realizing that. Never had dress blues. Only the platoon's top recruit was issued the blues. Everyone else, yeah. Hey, Grumpy, same here. I had to buy mine. I had to buy them, and your honor man got them. And that was it. Yeah, never was issued. I don't think they issued them to this day. Got to go spend that money, then get them fitted and tailored and this and that. Oh, I grabbed an army recruit at MEPS. I remember MEPS. Okay, Flame, what's going on? I'm thinking about joining the Marines when I'm 21 to 22 as an officer. That's a good decision. Um, I don't see anything wrong with that. Marine officers are awesome. You go to OCS, and I did a video on that too. Good deal, man. Hey, thanks for stopping by, dude. I appreciate that. Yeah, get your college degree and go in as an officer. Okay. Oh, so you flip flopped him from the Army to the Marine Corps. MEPS is military. Is your military entrance? Oh yeah, I'm with you, Flame. Pretty legit, if I say so myself. Did you get anything hooked up for that? Did you get anything special, Jack, when you flip flopped him? Yeah, MEPS is military entrance processing station. Yeah, yeah, Grumpy Cat he's legit, but is an old school Flame. Those guys like that, man. I know I give you credit, Grumpy. I know you don't want it, but I appreciate you. And Jack too. These guys. They paved the foundation for me. So what did I do? No, I don't mind asking all. I was a 2651. I was a special intelligence Marine. 2600. They do have intel officers and they're O2s. So you know, the options are I'm not sure what you're wanting to do or what you're thinking about or what your degree and things like that, but it'd be something to think about. I do not know anything about officers though. I was enlisted, and officers is a different world. I served with a lot of great officers. Some are that are still in. One's a full bird colonel now, and so it is a career. It is a good career. So. There you go, Thomas. Flame. Thomas is talking about his brother-in-law. Thomas is actually going to boot camp in 20 days. Is enlisted, going to boot camp. But yeah, officers there's nothing wrong with them. That's what you want to do, man. Go do it. Think about it and talk to a recruiter and see what it's about. Are you in college now? And I know some of the colleges have ROTC programs for the Marine Corps as well. Oh, he's right here. Thomas is in chat. He's right here. He's coming here before and everything. So, he's going in December, Thomas. You'll be out and ready to go, baby. Hey, you got to pick on him, man. You going to salute him? You got to. But I think it's always funny. I know I had a buddy that he was in the Marine Corps with me, and then he got accepted into the Naval Academy and became a naval officer. Like, dude, I'm going to salute you, give him the salute. And he's like, don't, because we were enlisted together. We were, So it was kind of funny to see him as an officer. It was wild. Yeah. 1316, 1345, metal worker, truck driver, and heavy equipment or operator. That's it. I don't think they have the metal worker MOS anymore, Grumpy. It probably classified under something else, but I don't know if they still have that to this day. That's funny, Thomas. That's awesome. That's going to be great. Rub it in his face, man. Come on. Enlisted's better anyway. Don't tell him I said that. Or you can. That's great. That's cool. It's going to look a lot different from him than what it does for you. Oh, a welder? Yeah. I'm sure they have them. Oh, yeah. I don't know if that's a specific MOS, but I know they have them. Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah, I'm going to be saluting him in front of my sister. Going to be fun. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Yeah, Flame. Let me know, man. Come back. Let me know what you decide. That'd be cool. I've never, like I said, I've know some officers and I've good friends of mine, but I've never talked to one pre and then talk to them afterward and say, hey, what's it like? I know it's a whole different world. All right, brother. I appreciate it. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Flame. You're awesome, dude. Yep. I'm gonna probably end it up here. Oh, thanks, Flame. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. You're awesome. I appreciate the support. Yeah, I think I'm gonna head off here shortly. Like I said, I was waiting for that one guy to get in there and that I've been trying to link up with, and he's on, like I said, he's way ahead of me. I know he'll watch the VOD and he'll watch everything and what we're talking about, but Semper Fi, bro, and go Tigers. It's for you. So he'll know what I'm kind of talking about. Thomas, it's yeah, they're having to be leaders of Marines. So if you think of it that way, yes, there is a lot more studying, a lot more learning, a lot more thing. I think they're just two totally different two totally different avenues of approach, or two different disciplines, I guess you could say. One's harder than the other in some way, and the other, but a lot of information, a lot of planning and things like that. But physically, I don't know. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is tough because they're leading us and leading you and leading other enlisted Marines, so they're going to have to be top notch. So yeah, I get it. I mean, it could be, but it's a lot of work and a lot of books and a lot of history and a lot of, I don't know the details. I'm not an expert on it, but from what I've heard, yes, it is. It's definitely, it's definitely hard. It's not going to be easy. A Marine officer is still not going to be easy. So it's top notch. They're going to train them right. So yeah. And they have their own little special boot camp in 6 weeks, and then they go to OCS, and then they go to different schooling, and so it's tough. So yeah, a lot to it, a lot of investment. Did anyone hear about the AI specialists going into the Corps as E7s? I have no idea about that. I don't know. I think the Marine Corps is the only branch of service that you have to go to their boot camp and able to come into the Corps. Like, I could be a Marine and go into the Army and not have to go to Army boot camp. To move over and do things in the Air Force and the Navy. But to come into the Marine Corps, I think you have to go through their boot camp. Now, I'm not sure if you get to keep your rank. Maybe. Not all of it. I wouldn't think so. I don't know. I've never heard that. I just know that, if you're going to go in, you're going to do the Marine Corps way. You're going to go through what everybody else went through. Does that make sense? Because if that's the case, there's no way. I don't know if he can make it. I don't know. Maybe he can. That would be wild. That I would want to see. I'd want to see that. I would. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Marine Corps cuts off at 31. I think they're the youngest out of all the branches to go to boot camp. As an officer, don't know. Enlisted, I think it's 31. I'll fact check myself real quick. It might have. Okay. I take that back. As of May 28th, 2024, the maximum age to join the United States Marine Corps for active duty is 28 years old. Max of 28. Individuals who are older than 28 may be able to request an age waiver on a case-by-case basis. So 28. There you go. 28 for the Marine Corps as of May 2024. Yeah, he would outrank most of them, right? Yep, 28. Yeah, that would be an interesting sight to see, but I don't think it's happening, to be honest. I don't know if you could. I am not saying you couldn't pass, but it would be tough. Definitely be a challenge. Definitely. Definitely be a challenge. Well, boys, I think I'm going to be like Jack and go get something to eat. Had a long, hot day. Hydrated up. I enjoyed talking to everybody earlier, too, about the new. I know the 4th is coming up and everything, so try to put out a good video next week. Got some plans on some good stuff, so doing some recording, doing some editing, but I do appreciate y'all hanging out. Thomas, we'll try to get some more of these in with you, man. It's closer to date comes. What's the 24th the 21st? That come out to be? That's on like you leave on like a Sunday. Yeah, hot is right. 105. Yeah, it's like 95 here. 110 in the index. But let's get a couple more of these in with you, man. I'd love to schedule one before you leave off, and then especially when you come back. So I'm gonna head out and get something to eat and get rested up, and for the work week and the 4th. And yeah, Grumpy Cat, I appreciate your support, man. Thomas, you as well, for all you guys do. Thomas, keep charging, man. Keep training, keep working, keep doing everything that you're doing, getting ready, preparing. And we'll have a good night. Grumpy, you too, bud. Appreciate you and all the other ones that are out there in the support. But we'll catch y'all on the next one. All right, boys.